Hello, friends, enemies, sports. Welcome to the special early Wednesday night Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl edition of the weekly recap. Obviously, we are pressed for time. I know there are tons of questions about both Mike Fontanella and myself. There will be no rapid fire this week. We're just gonna talk about the games ourselves, see what really popped out to us. Then we'll get into the usual stick, but no rapid fire. We got to get this done quick. Let's start it up.
Get it going. We're looking at the first matchup. We're going to run through them fast. We had New England Porches at Derp Sauce. Derp Sauce ran away with the victory on Porch. Porch wasn't that confident this week in his team. Porch, you want to analyze this matchup? I don't know much about it.
I came into this week fully expecting to lose. My team was just decimated. Buys, injuries. Derp has a great Derp. Derp is number one for a reason, and we'll see if he stays number one at the power rankings at the end of the show. This was a mulligan. We took this week off to get healthy because next week we have a guaranteed. This week, not next week. This week we have a guaranteed victory against a Coach Jim McElwain squad that quite frankly, I have his number. Quite frankly,
guaranteed victory. You heard it here.
Guaranteed victory.
Team Fish. This was the upset of the week. We had Team Fish beating Coach Jim. Did not turn out the way we thought it would. Fish came up just short. Coach Jim scored an underwhelming 93 points, but got the win. Gio was his best performer, as well as DeAndre Hopkins. Team Fish had one good performance from Alfred Blue. DeMarco Murray cooled off. Porch, what do you see here?
I think upset of the week is pretty much dead at this point. I think the magic for upset of the week is gone, and it looks like it's going to be Fish every week as the upset of the week. Fish with Juan. Goodman has locked. With his 8th win, Goodman has locked a spot in the playoffs. He will be playing football in the playoffs.
Wake Goodman up when November ends, because that's when he will be back on fantasy football. He can take a little bit of a breather. He deserves it. Go rest.
Right now, Goodman's playing for seeding. That first seed is crucial.
Just a nice win. It's
a nice win in a game that he should win.
Signature Coach Jim win.
Font gets the win against a very emotional game against the Commish, aka the Juice. Fonty's team is better. I don't think there's anyone who can dispute that. The Dino is a team fighting to get into the playoffs, puts up an underwhelming score. Font's a team that should on paper be a playoff team, and it has no problems. What do you have to say about the matchup?
Looking at this matchup, Michael DeDino was a little upset that Zach Ertz exited the game early. Thought it might have changed the swing of the score. Turned out I actually blew him out of the water. It wouldn't have made a difference. It was just a good week by my guys. LeSean McCoy is getting healthy, and it's showing in his numbers. He's improving every week. Matty Ice threw a couple interceptions, but solid Julio Ice connection. I'm ecstatic about that. Looking forward to the greater things to come. And Gronk had a quiet week, but I still won, which is a good sign, because when one of your two best players is out and isn't doing well, and your team still wins, that means you have a very deep, well-rounded team. And Team Font looking for their 8th win next week.
Now let's roll on to TCP versus Team Jacobs. Team Jacobs, this guy has wanted respect since day one, and I gave it to him. I wanted to give him respect. I wanted to give him respect, but now he's completely falling apart. This was a game that, based on, he should have won. He should have won this game, and TCP played like shit. Just turns out that Team Jacobs played like stinkier shit than TCP.
It was one of those games where you kind of saw this coming from a mile away for Jacobs. Jacobs has the tendency to choke when he needs a win most, and he only needed to put up around 85 points to get the win. TCP didn't put up a high score, and he only put up 70. It's very his team is very based off of two players who perform, but when the other guys don't, it's a total mess.
I think he's 5-6 right now, if I believe, which means that this is if he if he loses one more game, he's best case scenario is a 7 seed. If he gets that 7th loss, best case scenario is a
best
7
case
seed.
scenario. But there's also a few other guys going for that ace for that
It's
7th seed
ridiculous.
too.
Ridiculous. This is the tightest the league has ever been.
Jacobs really needed to win this week to really put him ahead, and now it's just going to be a toss up.
Now he's got a tough dad's matchup.
It's a toss up. His chance of making the playoffs have severely diminished with this loss. Real Young Gun versus Long Island Pickers. Two teams that were fighting for a lower playoff seed. You had Winston went off, had 5 touchdowns against Philadelphia. Didn't see that coming. Starks was very quiet with the return of Eddie Lacy. Sean Drone had 12 points, and Decker had 10 points. Moving along to Pickers, Doug Martin went off. It sucked he didn't get a touchdown because he would have had a crazy stat line, but still rushed for 200 yards. Dalton had a nice game. Amendola had picked up right where Edelman left off. Did get hurt, though. And Landry has been very quiet, as well as Gates. Austin put up 0.6. Alfred Morris, man. I feel like Alfred Morris has started on about every team in this league. And he continues to disappoint. Torch?
I think when we look back at this season, toward the end of it, when it's all said and done, I think you're going to have to blame the injury bug for infiltrating Zach Dedino's organization. Matt Forte and Marshawn Lynch have hit injuries at the worst possible time. I think Forte is expected to return this week. He's going to really need it. Lynch is essentially gone for the rest of the fantasy season, if I'm correct.
Yes, he's getting surgery.
Jamias was a phenomenal pickup. I don't think Zach has the balls to start him for the rest of this run. I don't know how good his matchups are. We'll see. But Zach, it's going to be interesting to see Zach not in the playoffs if that happens. Zach's been a staple in the playoffs for a long time.
Is Zach definitely out?
Again, 5-6.
So
5-6.
And he runs into me week 13, so Zach will miss the playoffs.
One more loss for Zach Dedino. Just like sports. Best case scenario is a 7 seed.
There's a lot of best case scenarios going around this league. White Mamba continues to win, continues his dominance, and continues the belief that he may be able to run the table.
No.
Dorial Green Beckham we all believed the hype, and he only put up 5 points on Thursday night. Thomas Rawls was the big guy to talk about here. Thomas Rawls put up 40 points. Former team font. Twan scores 40 points
for the second
time this season. It is pretty difficult. Well, I don't even know why we call it Twan Squad. The New York Jets.
Are these historically bad numbers?
These are historic. The New York Jets scored 49.7 points. Second time this year they scored under 50. You got to try to do this bad. You really have to try to do this bad.
He's a Jets guy, man.
Twan's looking to tank and just come back next year stronger. Not much to say.
I mean, wow. 40 points.
I know it's difficult. I mean, Thomas Rawls himself put up 40 points.
I mean,
Think about that.
Even if Thomas Rawls put up a goose egg, he still would have won.
Yeah, Mamba could have started 2 guys and he would have won. Mamba could have started Rawls and say Blake Bortles and when he would have won. Think about that.
Man,
Think about that.
We like to say, so you're saying there's a chance, but there's too little, unless Twan starts averaging 200 a week.
It's inexcusable to score under 50 points in this league. This is supposed to be the best of the best. Twan's had some bad things happen to him, some bad luck. Can't blame him for that, but at the end of the day, he's scored 2 under 50 performances. Pretty shocking.
I think that might be a record. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Congrats, Twan. You've hit the record books. Are You Saying Pal versus MMED? Me and Porsche both agree that Are You Saying Pal would easily run away with this victory, and we were right. MMED is a joke. They only scored 69.7 points. Eric Ebron put up a 0. Danny Woodhead, Dexter McCluster both put up under 3 points. You can't get that kind of production from your running backs and expect to win. Are You Saying Pal? This was a down week for Are You Saying Pal scoring wise, based on what he's been putting up lately. Still put up 101 points. Cam had a great game. Forsett left the game early. Stevie Johnson had a nice game, and Ravens defense had an incredible game, 17 points. Are you saying, pal, watch out, MMED, hit the showers.
With Antonio Brown on a bye, this was the perfect opportunity for MMED to take out a shark. A shark, and are you saying, pal?
Dare I say?
And they failed.
Dare I say?
The second the playoff push began, the horses got out of the gates, MMED couldn't get out of the gate. They've choked. They have completely choked.
They are the choke artists of this year. They run away from the spotlight, and they're cowards.
Whatever firepower they found midway into the season that thrusted them into the top 5 of the power rankings, they've completely lost it.
They are a joke. They need to do some self-reflection this offseason. They gotta get themselves right before they can get a fantasy team under control, because something's not right up here right now for that team.
They're
in the cellar.
When Tom Brady's putting up 13 points, you know there's a problem in that locker room. Brady
doesn't want to play for you guys. I mean, we know you've been shopping him actively since the beginning of the year.
I've been in constant contact with Tom Brady. He was my quarterback last year. I was the only one who believed in him last year, and we have a very tight bond. And he does not like playing for Ben Hoffman and Regan Gonsowski. He doesn't like it.
Can you blame him?
He doesn't like it.
Can you blame him?
He's asked me to make trades. For him.
When does Ben Hoffman ever have his guys over for dinner?
Tom begged me. He offered me Giselle to offer to them.
When
he wanted into the Nets that bad that he offered me Giselle Bundchen. I said no. Russell Wilson. I respect Russ too much to do that to him.
Do I want to go over Reed Gonsowski's house, or do I want to go jump off the Empire State Building?
All right, boys.
We're a day away from Thanksgiving, a day away from the Turkey Bowl. I made an announcement today. Sorry, Porch, I'll let you go in a second. I made an announcement today. I will be inactive for the Turkey Bowl.
You'll play.
No, I'm not playing.
Yes, you are.
I will be inactive for the Turkey Bowl game. It is not something I'm proud of, but I have to do what's best for me and my health and my family in times of need like this, and it's emotional for me because I want to play, but at the same time, I gotta be healthy for my 2 jobs that I work. I need to be healthy. I need to be healthy.
Well, stressed up that back, get the heating pad, you know.
I have been working all week. I'm not even joking when I say I've had a physical therapist living at my house. She's been rubbing me down. No, I didn't mean it like that. How much does she get? I didn't mean it like that. I mean,
she's got to be getting paid.
She's been trying to work out the kinks. She couldn't do it, and I'm tight right now. I have a tight back, and I can't see my back sustaining a hit from Dennis Hassett tomorrow. I just can't.
Dennis Hassett.
Dennis Hassett's a hard hitter.
No, he's not. Dennis Hassett. He's only broken 1 collarbone. You know.
That's it.
1 collarbone.
No big deal.
It's only broken pussy. 1 collarbone.
What a pussy. So,
it's only broken 1 collarbone and millions of hearts around the world.
Porsche, we were talking about how you're on Ben Hoffman's team tomorrow, and we were saying, I'm going to put you on the spot here, how every person that you wouldn't mind hitting or targeting is on your team tomorrow. And it's kind of a lose-lose for you, because everybody, your Hoffmans, who else?
I don't know. I don't have that much beef with Ben Hoffman. I mean, he's the quarterback. You gotta respect your quarterback.
Sounds like a receiver who wants a couple targets talking.
No, listen, you're not gonna like everybody in this world. Are there 1 or 2 people on my roster that I'd like to take out? Yeah, but you know what? Let's look at the NFL. Look at IK and Impale. You know, there's gonna be players on your team that you're gonna wanna beat up, but that motivates you. You know, they're talking shit to you in that huddle, and it heats you up and makes you want to make a big play against the other team. I mean, I'm fully expecting Mike Didino to go for my legs. I'm fully expecting that.
Didino's going for everybody's legs. He sent out now that I'm not on his team. Well, I'm on his team, but I'm not playing. He sent out a memo earlier in the week. You know, just things he's looking for, and he's looking for blood. He is in need of blood, and he wants to water that field with blood tomorrow.
To be honest, I don't even know my whole roster. I got to take a look at that
well,
roster.
Porch, it comes down to the fact that what do you expect for yourself tomorrow? What is your what's your stat line?
Now that I know you're not gonna play, I'm in the dark about what my matchup's gonna be, and I'm a big mental preparation guy. So I'd like to know I'm gonna be matched up with. I like to visualize the matchup before I go in. Regardless of who it is, I'll do fine.
So when you were facing me, what were you visualizing? What was your stat line?
I was visualizing a lot of short slants.
Okay, numbers. Give me some numbers.
Numbers.
5 for 110.
I think 8 for 250.
No, stop. Be realistic.
No, I mean I thought I had a very good matchup with you. I thought I was going to exploit it, but now I can exploit anybody. You know,
eight plus reception. You're going 8 plus receptions for over 100 yards against me. But now, if you have, say,
I've done well with almost any matchup I have. I'll be fine.
Speed doesn't slump. You know, you got speed as long as they keep you fresh on the sidelines and don't, wear you out on every play. You're the kind of guy that you can only play a couple down because you run so fast and so hard when you do run that you only can come in on X amount of plays.
Oh no, I fixed that. I'm an every down guy.
Are you?
I've been in the gym.
Okay. All right.
But no, I mean, I expect to get a couple of running plays possibly.
Who is Dino's running back now? That is the big question. Is Connor Walsh? Mike Dino texted me yesterday that if I don't play, Connor Walsh has 30 for 62 written all over him. I think that's being modest. I think that's being not modest. I think that's being very generous to Connor Walsh. I haven't seen the kid, but from what I can remember, the kid is just. He's just a big sack of potatoes. He's not really strong. He's not like, you know what I mean. He's not very. He's not like full of.
Tough to bring down.
Is he?
Got to bring down. Yes, he is.
Okay, all right. Well, Connor Walsh is moving into the RB1 slot.
Is that breaking news?
I'm assuming. I don't think anybody else is eligible. So I think it's Connor Walsh or bust. And I think Connor Walsh is going to get a significant amount of carries tomorrow. So advantage Hoffman.
Oh, that should be it for Turkey Talk this week on Turkey Bowl's Eve. So let's preview the Thanksgiving week matchups. Bring up the board. Team Jacobs versus Team Juice. This is the type of part of the season where every game's a must-win. Team Jacobs, Team Juice. I think Team Jacobs losing ways continue. Team Juice is the more experienced owner, better owner. He will get the win. Team Fontanella versus Tuan Squad. Tom Squad is scoring at a record low pace. I don't see how he beats Team Fontanella. Team Fontanella locks his spot in the playoffs. Another choker, TCP taking on MME. This is the battle. This is the choke bowl. Choke bowl. TCP and MMED. I'm going to go with TCP on that one, just because I got a hunch. White Mamba, real young gun. I love these 5 and 6 matchups. Music to my ears.
Mom, you can't see Mamba losing, man.
I'll go with Mamba. I don't want to go with Mamba, but I'll go with Mamba. Are you saying, pal, Team Fish? I mean, my God. Mark's schedule is just helping him out a lot down the stretch. Mark gets the win. Pickers, Derp. Interesting matchup, but Derp gets the win. Clearly the best team in the league at this point. Coach Jim Neps. No-brainer. Neps gets the win. David Goodman has not beaten me since the Stone Ages. David Goodman has not beaten me since the Black Plague was the #1 trend on Twitter. This is an easy matchup. Matchup. What do you think, Fomp?
I see Team Jacobs, Team Juice. This is a game Team Juice shouldn't be stupid about and start guys like Tyrod Taylor. Instead, he's going to pick up a guy like Josh McCown and throw him in his lineup. This is going to hurt Team Juice. Team Juice will fall. Team Jacobs will win. All of a sudden, Team Juice is a question mark for the playoffs. Team Fontanella, Team Tuan Squad, I will win this week. Tuan has consistently put up low numbers. Unless he puts up 150 this week, he's going to put up around 70. And I see my team scoring around 100, which they've been consistently doing. TCP versus MMED. I hate both these teams, hate both these owners. I'm going to take Ardenio. Moving right along. Dan Coster versus Real Young Gun. You know how I feel. Dan Coster will win this week and will win out and will make the playoffs. Are you saying Pal versus Team Fish? Are you saying Pal could probably play 3 guys and win? Are you saying Pal will run away with the win over Team Fish? Team Fish is in the cellar. LI Pick Squad versus Derp Sauce. Dennis is going to put the finishing touches on LI Picker's season. They will lose to Derp Sauce. Derp Sauce is prime for a playoff spot and making a big run in the playoffs. Goodman at New England Porches. Goodman will win this week. Coach Jim is tired of losing to New England Porches. I just see it stopping this week. This is the time for Coach Jim. He will win his 9th game of the season. All of a sudden, Porch maybe has a chance of missing out on the playoffs.
Let me tell you something. This is the game of the week. We will not have any in-depth game of the week because we are in a rush. But let me just put some context into this doormat situation here. David Goodman hasn't beaten me in like 6 or 7 years. It just doesn't happen. David Goodman does not beat me in fantasy. He just does not beat me in fantasy. And so we're in a side league together, right? David Goodman has a solid squad. Middle of the pack, possibly playoff squad. My team is 2-7. It's fucking terrible. Awful team. And I played Goodman a couple of weeks ago with that shitty roster, and I beat his ass by 30. It's just death, taxes, Porch beating Goodman in fantasy. Guarantee victory.
Wow.
Power rankings.
Bring it up.
Week 11, 12. I still don't know what week we're in, but there's only 1 week left of regular season power rankings. Should be interesting. Well, everybody, that should do it for this hopefully fast, and Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl edition of the Weekly Report. Mike Porcelli, I still think we'll see him on the field. We'll see. And again, before we sign off, the questions surrounding my availability in this league. You will find out why I am leaving the league next week.
Real quickly, sorry, Porsche. I know you're trying to end on that note. I want to wish everybody good health tomorrow at the Turkey Bowl. Hopefully, no broken spleens, cracked fibulas, tibulas, and good luck to all. Let's play a clean game, and I'm looking forward to see who wins. Good luck to all. I miss you guys.